Alrighty, what's up, y'all? What's up? I just need to make sure y'all can hear me. So let's get into it. So basically, y'all, what's going on is basically Bigo has all but disappeared from the App Store. We don't know what's going on. We're gonna do a little deep dive to see what's really going on. Now, apparently, basically, when you go to the App Store, this is just on here. Ooh, wrong folder. But when you go to the App Store, and you look up Bigo, on MacBooks, you're able to download iPad apps. And as you can see, no Bigo Live. Okay. When you say see Mac results, there's nothing in. Okay. So not only is this on Apple, but this is also on the Google Play Store as well. Now, what I tried to do was actually look up to see if I can find out what the hell is going on. And y'all, it's nowhere. It's literally nowhere. Like, it's not showing up at all. Like, it's not on here. So, with that being said, now here's the thing. If you still have the app on your device, you could still use it. But that's kind of like becoming the issue now because people are like, okay, well, if I'm able to actually like see it, am I able to use it? And the answer is yes. However, let me unhide this, and I want to actually bring this in because this is covering everything, I believe. No, that's my full screen. I don't know why it's not showing my screen and what's actually on it. This is worrying me, but I think it's trying to show specific regions. But anyways, when it comes down to it, let's see if when I pull up the App Store, can you guys see this? I don't think you guys can actually see this. So this worries me. But long story short, child, the app is gone. And we've seen this before, so this is nothing new to us. For people who've been on Bigo for some years, we have seen where we have a situation where Bigo essentially disappears from the App Store. It's happened before. We've seen it before. People who have been on Bigo for years, we've seen this before. So we're not panicking. But people who are new are like, oh my gosh, I just joined this agency. Like, what am I supposed to do? Because, like, you know, this is crazy that this shit is not, like, why is it not showing up? And why is the app not gone? Am I going to get paid? Me personally, I have yet to get my payment from last month. It was released to me by my agent, and then I tried to cash it out through Stripe, and I'm still waiting for my money. So, with that being said, a lot of people are worried because a lot of people are still waiting on money, and Bigo essentially waited 4 days prior to payday, which is usually on the 5th of every month, to let us know that basically Payoneer will not be processing any more transactions in the U.S. So we were trying to figure out why, as far as Bigo's transactions from the U.S. in particular. So we're like, okay, that's kind of freaking odd. Okay. So what exactly does this mean for us, essentially? What does that mean for creators? Well, if Bigo does shut down, let's talk about the options. If Bigo does indeed shut down, we will have to find another platform. We do know that Bigo is a Singaporean app. And we also know that TikTok possibly may be going away January 19th if they can't beat the case against the government. So if indeed that does happen, we do know that Bigo is a Singaporean app. And with that being said, they may be going bye-bye as well. So I was just looking up a couple things, and I'm so mad that my scenes are not working because it's fucking aggravating me. But let me just add in another screen capture. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, now y'all can see this. Okay, so yeah, there's something going on with my my screen capture, but when we come up in here, basically, when I just Google, or was Bigo removed from the App Store? this happened like y'all within the past 2 days. And oh Lord, breaking news. Reviews for the apps Bigo Live, Gay, Super Live, and Tango mention parents sexually exploiting their children. According to an analysis by The Times and Brian Levine, a professor at the University of Massachusetts, who has created a database of app reviews with Haney Fareed. Oh Lord, where does this article come from? Oh no, we don't need you doing all that. All right, look. What the hell? So there's a whole scandal behind this shit? On these apps, the dark promise of these mothers sexually abusing children. The promotional photo showed a mother affectionately hugging and kissing her daughter. The girl, around 8 years old, smiled into the camera. The few swipes on their phones meant in a live stream where they paid $150 to watch the mother sexually abuse the girl for 10 minutes. What? The horrendous activity wasn't hit on some dark corner of the internet. It was bad for anyone with an iPhone and Android to download. Yo! The woman lived in Southeast Asia, promoted her live stream on Bigo Live, a video chat app where the New York Times viewed a screenshot of her profile early this year. When she was later contacted online by an undercover agent for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, posing as a man interested in young girls. She directed him to another live stream app where her pay-per-view sexual abuse had moved. It's crazy. Since last year, the Times has been investigating the world of parents who run accounts on Instagram and elsewhere for their underage daughters, and who post to sell racy photos of the girls, in some cases earning large sums of money. The Times reported in February that many of the so-called mom-run social media accounts with the biggest reach were overwhelmingly followed by adult men, including pedophiles. This has been my issue with fucking Bigo. So, I've been on the app for 4 years, guys, and what I have experienced is this. Bigo does not ban children unless they show their face. If they show their faces, they ban those kids for being underage. But you have grown-ass adults who are getting banned for looking underage. Bigo, within the past year, has required age verification so that they can be in compliance with North America. Now, for anybody who does not know, Bigo is owned by a company called Joy. Joy, in particular, owns several other apps. Not just Bigo. Now, one thing I noticed is if we go into the app, which I am going to do, if we come into the Bigo app, there is something called, okay, let's do use other account. We'll sign up with Apple. I probably shouldn't have showed you on it because I'm live streaming, but I'll edit it out later. When we come in, basically, and we go to live, there is something called a virtual live. And this is kids. These are mostly kids or pedophiles that are over here. So let's just go to this.
Like, how does that even make sense?
So this person is grown.
Especially when I didn't have the paper.
This person is grown.
This
is more than likely a kid. But there's no way to know. So when you report these lives, usually we can hear their voices, and that sounds like they're like 5 or 6 years old. I can't find one right now, but usually this is the case.
To do Bigo my talk, and I'll always be on Bigo forever because it's free money for just being yourself, for just hanging out with people, right? Every time I get gifts, that's free money in my real life.
Okay. Anyways, so there's that. So this is usually the part or the portion of the app that the kids hang out on. Now, I have tried several times, y'all, to report certain shit that I've been seeing. Like 5 or 6 year olds, and you can hear them. I think one live I know for a fact one live I went into, the little girl was like on live, but she wasn't showing her face. Now, what I usually try to do to get them off live, I will have, if the kids are live and I come into their room and I hear, there's y'all, agents, family founders, oh, message me. These are kids, y'all, 5 and 6. Some of them from the UK, some from the US. They're all over, and their parents are not monitoring what they're doing. Okay? So what they're doing is they're going on the app looking for attention. And they fall into the hands of predators. Bigo has a ton of pedophiles, period. And rapists on that app that exists. I'm just like any other social media. Predators are everywhere. Now, as far as this whole sexual abuse scandal that's going on, that explains a lot. So the live stream apps downloaded from Apple and Google illustrate an even darker aspect of the social media technology boom, particularly for children living in poverty in developing countries. There, with the ease of a smartphone, parents and other adults can connect with pedophiles in the United States and elsewhere who pay to watch and direct criminal behavior. After confirming the authenticity of the Bigo live streaming with authorities, the Times searched the Apple and Google app stores for other video chat apps. Reporters identified a sample of more than 80 apps that advertise children before stopping the search. They later contacted Homeland Security Investigations, the government's main law enforcement group for international exploitation, for comment. The agency made the undercover agent available to answer questions so long as he was not identified. The apps had not been a focus of the agency's work, the agent said, but the criminal activity mirrored that on dating websites he had investigated. There are men search for women, typically in Southeast Asia, who tries to sexually abuse children on camera. Although mothers or other family members are the most common culprits. Before I move any further, let me say this. You are not allowed... Okay, so on Bigo, a child cannot be on camera by themselves for this exact reason. Especially in the U.S. If a child is on camera by themselves, Bigo will ban you automatically. Just to prevent them from being removed from the app store. They will ban the fuck out of you. Now, if you could be on camera with your child, but you cannot have a child on camera by themselves. Right? So, say your child runs across the screen, right? Or I had a friend who was dancing and she didn't know that her son had came up like behind her. Her son was like, 6? And he's waving in the background and she's very protective of her kid. She's like, no. What she was like, and people were like, hey, your kid. Like, yo, behind you. And she didn't realize that her son has never been shown on camera. I didn't even know what her son looked like. And I have her phone number and she's a very big broadcaster on Bigo. So anyways, she's very protective of her children or whatever. And ultimately, that's that. So, although mothers of other family members are the most common culprits, he said, other adults, including members of criminal organizations, sometimes arrange the abuse. The number one customer base paying for the abuse is in the United States. What? It's not like they are abused once a day. It's 50 men getting 50 separate shows. They'll wake up these kids in the middle of the night to be abused. This is crazy. The live stream apps follow different models. Some, such as Bigo, are designed for a mainstream audience to watch dancers, gamers, or other content creators. Viewers can reward streamers with in-app currency. Others are geared toward men looking for sexual encounters, and users can pay by the minute for private video chats. Although Apple and Google banned pornography from their stores, the Times found apps that showed nude adults in sexual poses. Some apps had names such as 18 plus live and video chat, adult live chat, and another app they need to look at is that fucking Planfy app. Allegedly, Planfy be having mothers on there soliciting their daughters, and their daughters be half fucking naked. They need to look at that fucking. While they worried about Bigo, no shade, they need to be checking out that damn Planfy app. Because I be seeing hella girls on there who are half naked. These women are clapping cheeks, showing cheeks. And here's the thing. You can't take screenshots on there. So to be able to even submit a report or anything, you can't even do nothing because they want proof. They want proof. And they can't get proof if you can't do screenshots. Whenever you try to do screenshots in the app, it blacks it out. So, plus I would never want a screenshot of a child. However, these grown-ass women who showing ass cheeks, I'm trying to let admins know. So either y'all are getting off to this too, or what the fuck is going on? Because as a black woman, if I show the crack of my brush, y'all trying to ban me. But it seems like for the lighter complexion women on that platform, they have no problem with these women shaking ass, showing titties. I've seen pussies. I've seen assholes. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and continue this article. So the live stream app follows different models. Some, such as Bigo, are designed for a mainstream audience to watch dancers, gamers, Others are geared towards men looking for sexual encounters, Now, streamers of all kinds collect money from their broadcasts, and the owners of the apps also take a cut. As do Apple and Google. The two big tech companies typically collect between 15% and 30% as a fee for in-app purchases. And statements to the Times, and let's just get into this. Let's get into this. Joy Inc. So this is the parent company for Bigo, for anybody wondering. When we come to investor relations, okay, if we look at their most recent report, let's come into here. We're going to get into the good stuff. Because for me, I love investigating shit like this, but it's sickening that people would do this shit. But you see that net revenues are $558.7 million, y'all, for this year alone. for third quarter. Just for third quarter. We haven't even gotten just for third quarter. Okay. It's not even including fourth quarter, right? And fourth quarter is when all the money starts blowing up. Look at these fucking numbers, y'all. Net revenues were $558.7 million in the third quarter compared to $567.1 million in 2023 for the same period. Other revenues increased by 67.2%. Okay. Last year it was only 71.3 million. Now their other revenues is okay. So cool. Operating expenses, their net income for the company. Okay, the net income per ads. Okay, that they be having on every fucking app, by the way. Which aggravates the fuck out of me because I already have Bigo. I already know about it. I was harassed about it on Snapchat, and that's how I even got on the fucking shit. But let's all had to go down. Okay. And this is all for educational purposes. This company makes a lot of fucking money, y'all. I'm talking the way that the stream of income goes is basically you have gifters, you have hosts, you have agents, and then you have trolls on the app, and then you got people who just are new to the app, right? That's your different categories of people you have on the app. Outside, of course, the apparently pedos and ours that they've mentioned. So when it comes down to this, let's just come here. In statements to the Times, neither Apple nor Google addressed the issue of in-app purchases for illegal streaming. Both companies said they had zero tolerance for child sexual abuse material and had removed or suspended the flagged apps. This is why they were fucking removed. This is why Bigo ain't issued no fucking statement. They ain't DM nobody. But I asked my admin this morning, hey, I have hosts asking why was the app removed? Will they receive pay? I don't know. And the response I got, hold on. The response I got was, I said, hello. I was also asking why Bigo's app was removed from the app stores, both Apple and Google Play. How do I explain this to people I recently recruited who don't have the app yet? Thank you for reaching out. We are pleased to let you know that you may continue to enjoy Bigo Live without interruption. Due to recently implemented app guidelines, we are in the process of updating our integration with the App Store partners. We anticipate this process to complete shortly and resume the usual App Store search experience. Typical PR shit. This is the real reason why. For this shit right here. Both companies said they require app developers to police user-generated content on their platforms, which a lot of times they don't do. We're constantly on guard for these kinds of violations, which carry severe penalties, including removal from the store and termination from our developer program. Our app review team works 24/7 to review every new app and app update to ensure it meets our quality and safety standards. Y'all can't be looking at fucking plan fee, including stringent requirements for apps with person-to-person interactions. Asked about the time sample of offending apps, Sane said a majority had been detected during the company's standard review process, with an additional 20 taken down after internal investigation in response to the Times findings. Carl Ryan, a Google spokesperson, said the company did not immediately uncover child sexual abuse in the apps the Times had flagged, but it suspended them out of abundance of caution while the app's developers were contacted. We take this issue extremely seriously, he said. Many of the apps on both platforms advertise sex shows or bestiality. Now, I ain't never seen no damn sex shows on Bigo. You show a titty, you have a titty accidentally pop out, you're banned for a year. Automatically. They get you off the platform, you go. What's weird to me, though, is that Bigo does not mind men jacking off and showing their dicks. That's what I've noticed about that. They don't care about these men who come into rooms and jack off from other countries. People's kids may be beside them. You see what I'm saying? And these weirdos are coming up on people's panels jacking off. But ass nigga, I've seen black men, Hispanic, Asian, Indonesian. It don't fucking matter. Singaporean. They come from all white, black, blue, green. Some people are sick as fuck. So it says the Apple App Store search recommendation also helped the Times surface some of the apps advertising children by suggesting sexual terms such as XXX Live. In response, the company changed its search recommendations to no longer suggest adult content. One profile identified by the time showed a woman in Vietnam offering hot video and listed possible participants as 2 young sisters, a little girl, 3 little boys, and a dog. Now, what I have seen also, there's a app on the App Store called Chamet, allegedly. And I have seen people like basically doing camera girl shit on there. You could do privates on there. You can video chat people. There's plenty of these apps on. I asked somebody who is a cam girl, y'all. I'm telling y'all, there's plenty of these apps on the platform. I'm telling you, there's plenty of them on the platform. And the woman in Vietnam described sex acts she can perform along with the invitation to see mother and daughter, son. And here's the thing, on Chamet, the women in Nigeria be using titles like this: 2 sisters, 2 mothers, 1 son, the shit like that. Attracting weirdos, and it's clickbait. But attracting weirdos to their life is crazy as fuck. A woman in the Philippines advertised Lil and Mom and showed a preview video of a young girl. The profiles did not include abuse, which required payment to be viewed. Live streaming of child sexual abuse is thought to be the most common in the Philippines, although the data is limited. And Bigo does have a lot of people from the Philippines on the app. International Justice Mission, a global human rights organization with a program to protect minors in that country, commissioned a study last year that estimated nearly 500,000 Filipino children were being abused in the creation of illegal imagery. The country's top law enforcement official for such crimes, Brigjen Portia B. Manalad of the Philippine National Police, said that she was aware of the apps and that the agency had rescued more than 500 children and arrested more than 200 perpetrators, mostly relatives, usually the mother, over the past 5 years. We are trying our best to find the victim, she said. In the United States, the Times found that nearly 100 federal criminal cases over the past decade involving men paying to watch the live streaming of child sexual abuse. In October, a woman in South Dakota, Crystal K. Bolin, was sentenced to 8 years in prison after she moderated a chat room during sexually explicit live streams involving a 16-year-old girl. Bolin, the girl's... Oh, Buzzcast! Oh, really? You don't say! The girl's temporary guardian facilitated the live streams on an app called Buzzcast to help pay for a speeding ticket. That's crazy. You gonna pimp her out for a fucking speeding ticket? It's fucking crazy. A Florida man, Christopher John Streeter, has been serving life in prison since 2021 after sending roughly $130,000 over a decade to people in the Philippines that directed rape of children as young as 12. He paid a premium of the video depicted girls losing their virginity and suffering injuries because of the actual violence. Court records show Streeter's victims were particularly vulnerable due to poverty and illness. As a result of that case, 6 abused girls were rescued from local authorities. This is getting very touchy. And yeah, this is getting very deep. But we know why Bigo gone now. The Times learned of the streaming on Bigo Live from a 39-year-old man in Utah who had visited the woman's profile page on his iPhone and what he described as a period of suicidal depression. The man who spoke to the Nation of Anonymity said paid $550 for the mother and another woman to actually abuse their daughters, including an 8-year-old girl and another believed to be 3 or 4. This is crazy. Some of the payments were made through an in-app tokens, but most of the money was transferred through PayPal. So why y'all not deleting PayPal then? No shade. Never mind. The man said that's none of my business. The man saved recordings of the sessions and reported them to the Canadian Center for Child Protection, which verified the abuse to the Times. He also reported the women to Bigo Live support staff email show. PayPal spokesperson said the company worked with law enforcement around the world to help stop child exploitation. Ultimately, there's nothing these apps can do about these people being sick as fuck. People are going to keep finding ways and loopholes to abuse children and to pay for CP. Okay? Child exploitation is one of the top ranking things that the government is fighting. Not to mention some of the people allegedly at the top might be involved. Okay? They ain't trying that damn hard, in my opinion. But that's just me. You got more grassroots foundations out here doing more than some government entities allegedly. Those allegations are alleged, by the way. Okay? I'm covering myself, okay? So, Bigo, y'all can speak to Bangkok Post, but y'all can't speak to the U.S.? I'm confused. This is crazy. Yep. Me personally, I've never seen this stuff. But apparently, so Bigo, what people don't understand, Bigo is international. It's not just in the U.S. It's Indonesia. We can go into the app and show you. This app is all over the place. So here are the countries that it's in. You telling me y'all international sexual abuse? Look, all these damn countries that Bigo's in. And you tell me they're supposed to guard all this shit? For one, they need a bigger team, in my opinion, when it comes to child exploitation. Mostly in these other countries, but we know shit does happen here. We got plenty of pedos here. But they be giving these motherfuckers smacks on the wrist and shit. It's crazy as fuck to me. Mind you, this is what they're too busy doing. Fucking tornado tournaments and shit.
Supposed to.
But guess what?
You know, that's the reason I
You know what
joined the
makes us so
family.
different? You know what makes us so different is
Do y'all
I
got
value
numbers?
every player that's on my team. Because there's no I. There's no,
So you saying we don't?
No,
What you mean? So you saying we
I'm
don't?
saying there's no
So you-
I in team.
No. With the way you said it, made it seem like you trying to say my team don't support or my team don't bag up or my team don't do
Because
nothing.
you said you love the All-Stars, but I'm saying I value each player, so that's why for me, ooh, thank you.
I value every person on the team. There's no I in team.
There is no I in team.
There's no I in team. So when the value went up when I became a part of the team. You know, that's when you add to the team. Not saying you own the team, but you become the person that just adds to the function of the team. So everybody works collectively. You know, I work collectively with a few people.
This one's not working. See, listen, I'm doing this for you guys. You're saying the value went up?
She said she's doing it for y'all. She's doing it for y'all.
He
Okay,
said the
let's see. This
value
one might
went up
work.
when I
I
joined.
love that for her.
Oh yeah, this is way better. Oh my god, you guys, this is so bad. Yo, I'm out in public. Okay, so whoever said my kids are not gonna bring me out again, this is your guys' fault. Okay, so if they don't bring me to another soccer game, this is your guys' fault. So anybody who sends 1K, wherever you want your name, just let me know. Ricky, thank you, baby. Where do you want your name, girl? Tell me. This is a mess. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing
That
this.
better be a washable marker.
Oh my god. Breezy, where you want your name? Okay, I'm gonna put Ricky right here. Under Flex. Because you know what? I think Ricky D and Flex have had some of the most amazing tournaments.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Thank you, Keita. Appreciate y'all.
Oh shit. Who else at 1K? This is crazy. Clark technically gets 3 names. Breezy, where you want your name?
So this is actually a lady who's in
I
my.
appreciate y'all.
50 times. Let's go. Dragon Bubbles, guys. Actor Dinos. You guys know the vibe. This is insane.
I ain't got nothing on here.
Oh my
There's
god.
that. She can get this ghosted. Bro. She can get this ghosted.
Where you want your name? Chef, where you from?
I'm from Louisiana. Where you from?
I'm from Canada.
Canada? I just left Canada.
Oh yeah? Which part?
I got it.
Thank you, Breezy.
You work on everything.
Oh, Breezy, where do you want your name? Breezy, where do you want your name? This goes crazy.
I like what I
I'm from
did.
Canada, eh? Which part?
I just came into the part where I came in through Wyoming. I came
You don't know
to.
where that depart there.
All right. Anyways, but yeah, y'all get the point. So basically, yeah, and we get back to the article. I was trying to see who's gonna win. I ain't gonna hold you, but that's usually what we see in Bigo in the US. I don't know this other shit they talking about. I ain't never witnessed this shit. I've seen people having they mostly the abuse that I've seen has been to animals. 21. But yeah. Tango, I've seen weird shit like this. Allegedly, my accessing on Plan Fee as well. But yeah. So quantifying the illegal activity is difficult, but it becomes prevalent enough that Homeland Security last year added crimes of exploitation, which includes child sexual abuse, to its list of priorities, putting it on par with terrorism and border security. Thank God. Because this shit is getting crazy. Government officials in the European Union, too, have been working to make it easier to combat the live streaming of child sexual abuse, which has been made difficult by differing laws. The proposal will update the block's criminal code to facilitate cross-border investigations. Y'all, this is crazy. So this is why Bigo was banned. When you literally search, why was Bigo removed from the app stores, nothing comes up but a whole bunch of videos that people made within the past day. Okay. Compliance issues. The recent removal of Bigo Live from the App Store has been due to non-compliance with advertising. Mind you, April of this year they were removed as well. This is from April, but non-compliance with advertising regulations and potential violations of content guidelines set by Apple. Reports suggest that the app may have hosted offensive video content, prompting stricter enforcement of Apple's policies. Bigo Live has a history of being banned in several countries. In 2016, it faced sanctions in Indonesia for allegedly hosting pornographic content, and in 2020, it was included in India's list of banned applications due to national security concerns. The Indian government cited that the app posed risk to sovereignty and integrity of the country. Look, baby, now we know. Funny that this just popped up 13 hours ago, and I've been looking, but it's from an article in fucking Bangkok. That's why it says, and mind you, this is in relation to New York Times. So this explains a fucking lot. Now we know why Bigo has been gone. So, with that being said, we got down to the bottom of it. If this is indeed true, and if they did indeed do all of this, I'm going to let you know, baby. Bigo is going. Say it with me. Bye-bye. Yeah, we can kiss this app goodbye. And somebody literally released something on YouTube saying that basically within the next week, we won't even be able to log in. So, my best bet to everybody who's on here, look for another live streaming platform outside of TikTok and Bigo, because it might be going bye-bye. And I tell people, if you got your money on there, cash it out. I know Bigo has cash out limits, and so for the people who kept $200,000 plus on there, I feel sorry for them, because they're not going to be able to cash out their money in time. They're probably going to have to the end of you got 3 weeks to cash out your money. I keep my money cashed out on Bigo, so I don't have those problems. But this is unfortunate that this is happening. But here's the thing. All these apps in one way or another, all of these live streaming apps are going to have that one bad apple. And what we're seeing, though, is overseas, there is no regulations for child sexual abuse. And yeah. So there we go. We know why Bigo got banned.